Well, we're getting there. Well, hello, Glue Troopers. Max's Models here. I got a little time out in the TARDIS today, and I got started on the base for the Catalina. I'm going to have it taxiing in out of the water up on land, and I'm using this plastic tray that I found, and styrofoam as a filler, and a little bit of pre-painting on a few things, and then I'm going to get it all glued together. I clamped the crap out of it. This white glue takes forever to dry, so I'll probably just leave that overnight. And I was like, okay, the next thing I need to do is cut the circles for the props. I'm using a circle cutter, but the kind that you just, like a compass, you poke the center in and run it around. But it's just always, the first circle usually goes okay, but this plastic, you have to go around it several times, and it just always seems to get out of place. I might see about getting one of those circle cutters that has the entire circular thing where you just dial it. I thought I even considered a Cricut machine, but those things are kind of expensive and seems like serious overkill. Then again, I could make other stuff with it. The props, no matter how much I measure everything and marked it all off, it still took a fair bit of hand trimming. And since I'm doing a twin-engine airplane, both of them have to be perfectly symmetrical. And I didn't really appreciate just how close to the cockpit those propeller blades go. But then I guess that shouldn't surprise me because if I remember correctly, the Catalina mishap that killed Jacques Cousteau's son Philippe, they weren't actually flying or taking off for landing, which is where you'd expect the accident to happen. I think they were taxiing it. And I believe they had a sandbar, and the airplane contorted, and the prop and engine, everything came to the cockpit, if I remember correctly. Ooh, that's pretty horrific. But the Catalina is almost completely done now. Touch up on the props, and it'll be ready to go into the diorama. So right now I'm focusing on the diorama base. And I decided to go ahead and, since I'm seeing daylight at the end of the tunnel on one project, figured, okay, well, let's just start looking at the next one, the crappy plane build, the crappy kit build, and so took out that MACH2 kit of the AVRO York. And a couple of people, one in particular, was familiar with the kit, including the gentleman who sent it to me. He took one look at that and decided it just wasn't worth the work. And I get what he means. Oh, wow. That puppy is some kind of bad. But I've been grinding away on it with some fairly heavy sandpaper and tools. And I just about dragged out the drill with the orbital sander. I'm like, wow. Yeah, this is going to be fun. And the instruction sheet wasn't very detailed. This is the only thing I have in the way of instruction sheets. Not that you can't figure out how the rest of it goes together. And of course, it's made out of that weird resinish plastic. So I clamped the first wing together after I got it trimmed up a little bit so I could put the halves together. And one half is being held together with CA glue. The other is being held together with red tube testers. This is just to see how the two glues work. I know CA will work because that's what I used on the only other MACH2 kit I built. And it was a challenge also, but much smaller. So I don't know if I'll make it wheels up or wheels down. If I make it wheels up, I can put it on a stick, have a smaller footprint wherever I put it. But if I put it wheels down, then I can make this is a Berlin Airlift airplane. I could do a Berlin Airlift diorama, but I'm not really sure I want to get that far into it with this. Maybe. We'll see. My wife and I was trying to show her how to use the airbrush today, the big Awada, and son of a gun, if that thing wasn't completely gummed up. I never had that problem with it before. It took me a good half hour to get it completely apart and start getting the gunk out of the nozzle and everything. I made the mistake apparently of storing it with some probably isopropyl or most likely it was airbrush cleaner. Kept some trapped in there to help keep the parts from sticking while it's in storage. Well, apparently all it did was loosen up the stuff that was still in there and just turned it into a mud, which completely, once I got everything apart, it was easy to get out because it was already soaked, but it was like literally digging mud out. And I've been using this. I was showing her how to use this. This acrylic is for airbrushes, but I had to cut it about 60% with isopropyl to get it to thin out properly, and maybe I should find another thinner because you have to keep stirring it. It seems to want to separate after a while. Anyway, I'll figure it out. All right, guys, you take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you later. As always, model on.